Good, because that's only sparring. If you get dropped in sparring, it means you're learning. Tomorrow morning you don't get dropped in the same shot. So him getting dropped in sparring, that means he's learning on the job. So it's okay.
And, I wanted to fight, but I took the doctors and my dad's and my team's advice, and we pulled out the fight. I'm
not feeling well, so I went up. That's the first time I discovered that the boxer was not well. And then lo and behold, the doctors were called. Two independent doctors came and read their findings to us. And
it's harsh. It is.
Your voice just broke when you said that.
Yeah, it is harsh. But it's not untrue. It's a real difficult one, because I'll never want to disrespect someone that steps in the ring and has a fight and puts themselves in harm's way. And you have a right to be able to kind of look after yourself and protect yourself, especially now with Daniel. I think he's a dad now as well, so there's more consideration there. But the boxing community as a whole, they want you to live by the sword and die by the sword and go out on the shield kind of thing. And if you deviate from that in the slightest, they are quick on you and, just like you say, call you a quitter.
Heard of that. News to me. But people get dropped in sparring, but it generally is news to me. I've not heard that before.
Unfortunately, a show of that magnitude, to be pulled out of it, people don't think about how does the boxer feel to lose the opportunity of...
The source is good. The source is good. And so when I'm hearing these things, I'm like, nah. And so it's popping out left, right, and centre. The source is good. And so to me, I just shook my head. And when I'd heard all this,
if you're an opponent lining up for Fabio Wardley, you look at him and go, to make him quit, one, I don't know if it's possible, and two, if it is, it's going to be one hell of a challenge. With Daniel, you'll go into a fight with Daniel thinking, if I do some things right here, I've seen it not once, not twice, but 3, maybe even 4 times of him kind of tap out of the situation. So if that's in there, you can get it. You can pull it out of someone. You just need to go about the right things to get it. So you're already giving your opponent a psychological advantage going into the fight, because whether you say, oh no, I'm over it now, or I'm past it, or I'm not going to do it, well, evidence suggests that actually the opposite. So
Daniel Dubois just pulled out of the biggest heavyweight fight of the year, and the boxing world is absolutely losing their minds. Critics are calling him weak, questioning his mentality, and some former fighters think this pattern of pulling out is becoming a serious problem at elite level.
To try and climb back up again. Who did he lose to is the question. He lost to a generational great, somebody who's going to go down as one of the best to have ever gloved.
But here's what nobody's talking about. Multiple independent doctors reviewed Dubois' condition before the final call was made. Don Charles revealed the painful reality behind this decision. People only see the outcome, but they ignore the emotional impact on a fighter who loses a major opportunity at the last moment.
Why he just can't really get right. He has no real skill. Pretty durable chin. Heart is kind of questionable.
Johnny Nelson didn't hold back, though. He blasted the situation as pure foolishness and questioned how things could get this far at elite level. In his eyes, bringing that kind of reckless mentality into boxing only leads to consequences like this. And his frustration shows how seriously professionals are taking this situation.
Seeing things with that one, but he is injured. It's not really specifying. I don't know why. I'm sure I saw it was ankle.
Now here's where it gets interesting. Fabio Wardley pointed out the psychological edge in fights, suggesting opponents see Dubois as someone who steps back in tough situations. In elite boxing, mindset often becomes the biggest weapon or weakness, and this could seriously affect how opponents approach Dubois moving forward.
We'll see what happens, but that's for them to overcome now. And it's a very difficult situation. That's a 24-hour...
Adam Smith highlighted the emotional strain on Dubois, noting he's dealing with a lot mentally while preparing for big challenges. The pressure and emotions can heavily affect a boxer's mindset going into key fights. But Johnny Fisher made an even harsher assessment, questioning Dubois' skill level and consistency under pressure.
He's a big fight, he's trained very hard. If you don't fight, you don't get paid. You imagine the cost involved in a training camp, you know, booking places to set the camp up, bringing the sparring partners in, the nutritionists, the chefs, trainers and everybody, and you don't get paid. It's a massive loss. You can't insure it, or if you do, you know, it costs a fortune to insure. But
and get this, there are concerns about Dubois' ankle injury, though even the reporters seemed unsure about the exact details. Liam Goff discussed the possible injury but couldn't provide clear confirmation. This uncertainty only adds more confusion, and unclear reporting fuels speculation around his fitness.
Speak to the people correct and then make a decision if he's out.
Okay, when did you first learn about this, Frank?
Very late this afternoon.
Okay, so it's been a stressful day.
To say the least. For the fighters as well. It's a shame for the fighters, for everybody involved. TV companies, and more importantly for the fans. Riyadh season, you know, His Excellency, everybody involved in this. We're all gutted, but what can you do? That's.
Eddie Hearn described the situation as extremely difficult, highlighting how fighters and teams are forced to deal with unexpected setbacks. In boxing, these disruptions can impact entire camps, affecting preparation, finances, and mindset. His comments show how unpredictable the sport is and how quickly plans can fall apart.
More likely it'll be someone that's on the way, or was coming anyway, or is in Dubai.
The names I've heard is Coley, Dillian White. His management has said he'd be interested. Who would you like if he was picking?
I don't know. I mean, I don't mind any of those fights. Like at this stage, anyone like that is.
But here's the kicker. Frank Warren explained the massive financial damage when a fighter pulls out. He highlighted the huge cost of training camps, sparring partners, nutrition, coaching, and logistics that all go to waste. Fighters only earn when they step into the ring, making withdrawals even more painful.
Strength and a potential weakness in elite boxing.
And was taking things kind of very head on, wasn't really sure on how to ride a shot or anything.
Tyson Fury described the Wardley versus Dubois clash.
Warren described the situation as extremely stressful for everyone involved, from fighters and teams to broadcasters and fans. His tone reflected clear disappointment, saying everyone is gutted by how events unfolded. Last-minute disruptions like this affect careers and major promotions, leaving uncertainty hanging over big fight nights.
Wardley's a good fighter, and I think the Daniel Dubois fight is a very good fight. I think it's a great fight for British boxing. Two British heavyweights knocking lumps off each other. And these are two big punches, and you know, whoever lands first with the best shot will win.
What makes him dangerous, you think?
Oh, they're all dangerous, all heavyweights, yeah. Yeah, they're all very dangerous. These guys are 6'4", 6'5", 18 stone wrecking machines. Look how they're built. They're built like Greek gods, carved out of stone. They're training, they're young, they're ambitious, dangerous.
And then Daniel versus Fabio Wardley, who do you think will win?
They're both in their prime, both fresh, both young, and it's a real fight where it's not like one's past and one isn't. They're both in their prime, so I think the fans are the real winners here. They get to see a 50.
Lawrence Oakley tried to downplay the impact, stressing that getting dropped in sparring isn't the end of a career. Many boxers face similar situations and still win at the highest level. Real fighters must recover mentally and physically, dust themselves off, and keep pushing forward under pressure.
Past opponents, and that's something that I've never ever done in my life, look past anybody. I always focus on the opponent in hand, so I've got to give Mahmoudov his respect because...
Wardley reflected on his early sparring days with Dubois, suggesting Dubois relied on toughness rather than defensive skill, taking shots head-on instead of avoiding them. This adds context to Dubois' development, showing how his raw style has always been both a strength and a weakness in the heavyweight division.
We were talking about these kind of fights, Magnificent Seven, stuff like that. It is a shame. It's a shame for the Telma because, again, we're talking about a fighter who, as they say there, is 21 years old. He really is still a prospect at the end of the day. Like, he's only been pro now 3 years. And yeah, he's done alright in those 3 years. I don't want to say he's done anything special or anything like that amazing, but you know, he's been matched, put it like this, someone like a Johnny Fisher, who people were comparing a Telma to, but bizarrely a couple of years ago has been pro for 5 years, and well, there you go. So I like the path they're putting a Telma on, but bear in mind, last year, 2025, 20 years old, the kid fought twice, a grand total of 3 rounds. yeah.
So there you have it. Dubois pulled out, the boxing world erupted, and now everyone's questioning his mental toughness and future at elite level. This isn't just about one canceled fight. This is about reputation, psychology, and whether a fighter can handle the pressure when the stakes are highest. Here's my question, drop it in the comments. Do you think Dubois is mentally weak or just being smart about his health? If this breakdown helped you understand what's really happening, smash that like button and subscribe because this heavyweight division is about to get even crazier.